Should this person be your career coach, or do you just like their branding? I'm Laura Sims. I help people choose and start the right meaningful career, even if they've been trying to figure it out for years. In this video, you'll learn what to watch for when you're hiring a career coach, so you don't just get sucked into someone's pretty branding, their fun personality, their slick marketing. You can actually choose the right coach the first time. Red flag number 1, the career coach gives outdated advice. Most career coaching tools out there were created for a past workplace and the values of past workers. If it were as simple as follow your passion, just be practical, use your degree, start a heart-centered business, you probably would have figured it out by now. And yes, you might use your degree, you might start a heart-centered business, but that advice alone is not likely to get you the confidence and clarity in your decision that you need. If you want a modern, meaningful career, make sure you get help from someone who understands how to integrate who you are, what you want from life, how you want to contribute, the money that you want to earn, all into your career. Anything less than that, you'll probably be shopping around for your second career coach before too long. Red flag number 2, the career coach has no system. You may be shocked to learn that some career professionals are winging it. You'll usually find this in the one-on-one coaching model, and while one-on-one feedback is vital, there should also be an actual process that addresses your challenges in a structured, methodical, results-driven way so you can get the answers that you need. Some signs that there may not be a system, I'll tell you 3 of them. The first I call the tour of feelings. Let's feel our way through it. That's not uncommon in the coaching industry. And yes, your feelings, your intuition matter, but we don't want you just feeling your way through a decision this big. This impacts you, your family, your finances, your future. There needs to be a plan, a structure, and a process. Sign number 2, reinventing the wheel. Some coaches are starting from scratch or close to it with every single client. Again, this might be pitched as you're getting one-on-one time, but it can be an indication that the coach is still in their own discovery process of figuring out what works, and you're really the paid guinea pig. Now look, every coach has to start somewhere, myself included, but if you had the option to choose between me when I got started in 2011 and me now, I'd want you to choose me now. The third sign is the lightning strike. This is when the coach is relying on questions like, what would you do if the money didn't matter? What did you want to do when you were a kid? It could be an indication that they don't have a system. I'm guessing you've already asked yourself these questions anyway, but they're really hoping that these questions, kind of like a career parlor trick, is going to give you this light bulb moment, and then you can use that as a springboard for your entire career. What happens if lightning doesn't strike? What happens if you don't want to be a ballerina, archaeologist, ice cream truck driver like you did when you were 7? Then you're back on your own to figure things out. One caveat, you may have discovered that working with someone who has a really tried and true system can be a bit of a double-edged sword. The danger is that they can get their system so well-oiled that the most profitable thing for their business is to scale into this massive online course. Probably very good for their bottom line, might not be so good for you if there are so many participants that you're no longer getting the attention and feedback that you need. So I'll talk more about individual mentorship in the next red flag, but when it comes to balancing having a system and getting individualized support, this is how you can think of it. Let's say you want to learn to drive a car. There are certain things that anyone who wants to drive a car is going to have to learn. Put your foot on the brake, buckle your seatbelt, check your rear windows, right? Key, in ignition, turn, etc. Everyone who is going to learn to drive a car is going to have to go through those steps. But what if you have an injured neck and you can't check the mirror? What if your legs are too short to reach the pedal? That's where you need a teacher who can help you figure out how to complete those steps, build in some accommodations while still accounting for your personal challenges. And it's the same with career coaching. You want a guide who knows the steps it takes to drive the car and can help you troubleshoot if your unique circumstances present unique challenges. If you'd like to learn about the system I use with clients to discover their meaningful careers, you can check out my free training. The link is in the description. Red flag number 3, the career coach offers no individual feedback. Some career courses provide really helpful content, but there's not much support provided beyond that. These are closer to information products than they are to an actual coaching or mentorship relationship. And you don't want to be caught waiting on a 2-hour Q&A call with your little hand raised on Zoom, hoping that an administrator is going to call on you or put you in the queue so you can get your question answered. You want to make sure you're getting direct, consistent access to the coach or facilitator. That can be one-on-one, that can be a group, that can be a combination of those methods. But you want to make sure your specific questions can get answered. This is a major career transition, and you need someone to provide feedback and be with you through that. Now, if it's something more skills-based, like updating your LinkedIn profile, writing your resume, you do not need the same level of personal care and connection. But choosing a career is this big decision, and it's very easy to get tangled in your own thoughts, fall back into own patterns, make decisions from a place of fear. You are gonna irrationally talk yourself into and out of stuff. You want a set of guardrails. You want someone to be able to give you that personalized guidance and feedback. In this kind of transformational discovery process, it's not a nice thing to have, it really is a necessity. Red flag number 4, the career coach is inconvenienced by your emotions. I was surprised to hear from clients that career counselors they had worked with seemed inconvenienced, flummoxed, irritated when the client became afraid or doubtful or sad during the process. It sure would be more convenient if you were just a list of skills on a spreadsheet, but you're a human and career change is highly emotional, like most big life transitions. That doesn't mean you're going to be hysterical, but all the feelings you've already had in your career quest, fear, self-doubt, loss of hope, imposter syndrome, low confidence, guilt, all of those are predictable, normal parts of this kind of change. You want a coach who is prepared for the emotional aspect of career change and has the skills to guide you through that part of things. Red flag number 5, the career coach over-relies on assessments. This industry is plagued with assessments. And listen, I love a good personality test. I love Myers-Briggs, StrengthsFinder, Human Design, Enneagram, anything that can give me more information about myself. I eat it up. But what you don't want to do is expect one of these assessments to spit out the answer for you, or be working with a coach who puts too much emphasis on these tests and their results. Okay, tests like this, they have their place. Again, they can provide some useful insight. But no test is going to capture all of you. Just like an IQ test is not going to quantify the full range and depth of you as a person or even of your intelligence. Besides, what happens if you don't like the options that the test swears is for people just like you? Then you're right back where you started. No options, maybe even more discouraged than before. So look for a coach who treats assessments with a grain of salt and doesn't use the assessment as their system. Red flag number 6, the career coach has no or few testimonials on their website. No or few testimonials may mean no or few clients, and that is not what you're after. You want to work with an experienced professional, and testimonials, case studies, client success stories, those can demonstrate that they have real experience and can help clients get the kind of results that you want. So keep in mind that not all testimonials are created equal. You may see social proof from their peers and mentors saying very nice things about them. That's nice. That's more like a character reference, which can tell you something, but it's not a testimonial of a client that's worked with them. You may also see testimonials for a product or service that the coach has offered that's not the product or service you're considering. Again, that's nice, but it's not giving you the information you need about can they help solve the problem you have. You want to know that the coach has a strong track record of helping clients with challenges like yours get the kind of outcomes you want. Red flag number 7, the career coach uses a buy now button. A buy now button can be a real cause for concern on a coach's website because having that button means they will work with anyone who strolls by with a credit card. There is no application process. There is no consultation. There is no opportunity to find out if what you need is what they have to offer. And there really does need to be in this case. The career coach needs to take time to learn about you, your situation, so they can discern if and how they might be able to help you solve your particular problem, and also just be confident that they're going to work well with you. This step is also necessary to make sure that you like them, trust them, can communicate with them, and are going to be able to work well with them. One more thing about that buy now button. If there's any kind of group aspect, if there's a cohort, if there's a community, if the only gatekeeper is the price, the quality in the group is a question mark. It's not going to be ensured that you're surrounded with the supportive, like-minded community that you need and deserve in this transition. Work with someone who is willing to invest in making sure that this is a good partnership. And here's one bonus career coaching red flag. If the coach doesn't solve the problem you have, it can be very easy to get seduced by someone's pretty branding, their fun personality, they do some cool marketing stuff, you like them. You want to spend time around them and in their world and with the people that they seem to associate. Just make sure that you look deeper before you leap. You can hire the best coach in the world, but if they don't routinely solve the problem you have, then they are not the expert for you. To make sure it's the right fit, your potential coach should be able to describe the problem you have in great detail. And while you're listening or reading, you're going to be probably nodding along. You're probably going to be feeling some relief that, oh, someone gets it. They get me. And then the next thing you want to see is evidence that they know how to solve the issue. Again, testimonials, case studies, see if you can identify with what their clients describe. And I'll give you a little pro tip on testimonials. They're usually put into a before and after narrative. So there's a before, what the client was struggling with before they work with a service provider. There's the after, what kind of transformation they experienced, what was different, what kind of results they got. So listen to the befores, listen to the afters. If you can identify or relate to some aspects of both of those, there's a good chance you're on the right track. Don't get sucked into a brand, into a vibe, into just hiring someone because you like them. Make sure that the coach can actually solve the problem that you have. I've got another video called When to Hire a Career Coach. It really goes into the different specialties and niches that career coaches have, so you can make sure you're barking up the right tree. These are some red flags that my clients have experienced before coming to work at your career homecoming. And if you are still trying to discover the meaningful work that's right for you, I encourage you to check out my free training to see what's working for my clients. Even if you've worked with other career coaches, you've had a life coach, you've had a therapist, you've gone through all those assessments that I've mentioned, come learn this way. It'll also be a great introduction to my work. You can start to assess if you think that we might be a good partnership. I will see you in the free training. Guarantee you're going to learn something new about how to choose the meaningful career that's right for you.